Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Moving on, in my grade 6 ABRSM music theory lessons, I move on now to look at question 1A exercise 2. In question 1A, we're required to allocate chords to a given melody line, and in this exercise 2, we're asked to give chords to an old hymn tune. The full lesson can be found on Patreon if you visit my Patreon channel at patreon.com/Sharon Bill, and you can find the links in the cards and in the description box below. In this lesson, I'll show you how to approach allocating chords to a given melody in a minor key. We'll look for cadential 6/4 progressions, and we choose between various chord options which might suit better than others. And we look at the rules of harmony that are implied as we allocate chords to a given melody line. All of these major points of harmony can be found in my textbook Harmony and Composition, which is available on Amazon, and again you can find the links in the cards and in the description box below. Samples and examples of the lessons for this question can be found after this little video. Enjoy your studies. Bye. And our first job is to find out what key we're in. So we have a key signature of F sharps, which could mean that we're in G major. However, if you're glancing through, well, we seem to have a tonic of an E that we keep coming back to, and this D sharp tells us there's our raised seventh. That's our final clue that we are definitely in E minor. If you're writing chords to a given melody and the chords just don't seem to fit, and it just feels like everything's really obscure, crazy chords, chances are you've just got the wrong key. So consider whether you're in the correct key, major or minor. And then we'd have to then go to something else like a chord 5 here, and then we have to go to chord 1 because the leading note does have to resolve. However, because we've got this here, it's going to be delayed in its resolution. So long as it gets there, it's got to get there eventually, hasn't it? So there we could then have chord 5, which would sort of delay the resolution because chord 5 has a B in the bass, and then it will resolve eventually. We could go for chord 2, but keeping things to the primary chords as much as possible, chord 4 will nicely answer that. And it could be, now if we did chord 4, that would be A. Now that would create a problem because we've had E to E, and then that would create A to A, consecutive octaves, so we can't do that. However, if we just use a different part of the chord 4 in the bass line, if we have 4B, that gives us a C in the bass line, and then it gets rid of the consecutive octaves.